What is up, guys?
Bam.
My name is Caleb Ochoa, also known as NFL Caleb 22, and I got my good friend and better rival first Muthana because this is good friends, better rivals. We're gonna recap Thursday night football,
Amen.
recap the last week, and make our picks for this week. So we're gonna start off with Baltimore at Miami on Thursday night, and going to this game, there's a lot of question about whether Tua was going to play or was he not going to play. And for coming off a win against the Texans, it was a sloppy game for the Dolphins last week. So, but they got some momentum going into this week, coming off a win. The Ravens, they get a squeaker last week against the Vikings. They barely edged them out. They didn't really look good for half of the game, and they kind of came on late in the game, and they kind of barely got a win out of last week. But going to this game, you think 6-2 versus 2-7. You think this is an easy win for the Ravens, even if they're on the road. But it's Miami. They haven't looked good all season. You think this is going to be easy win Ravens, and that didn't happen. That did not happen. They lost 22-10. Both teams didn't really look good. Both offenses struggled pretty badly. The Ravens couldn't get really anything going against the Dolphins defense. The Dolphins, same thing. Is they only got a lot of takeaways on defense. They were able to contain Lamar Jackson. They were able to make him have mistakes. Lamar Jackson wasn't able to do his normal run game. And that's what really won this game was the Dolphins defense. And they win 22-10. What do you think about first? Being Ferris?
I'm gonna try to talk before my internet kind of like betrayed. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yep.
You got me?
Yep.
My internet might hear me right now. So I don't know if I'm coming. Okay, so this game should be arrested for what they did in my humanity. This was a horrible game. It was a gross use of talent. The last time the Ravens and the Dolphins played each other, Lamar Jackson dropped 60 points on them. It was like 59 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what happened? What happened? It's a gross use of his talent. Javon Holland. Shout out to Javon Holland, Oregon Duck, Canadian born. Shout out to Canada. He played phenomenally. But guess what? The Dolphins aren't a good team. So you're playing down to the level of competition. And the Ravens stunk. They stunk it up. And I didn't understand what the heck was going on. It's a gross use of his talent. You have one of the best quarterbacks in the league and you don't pass the ball. You're being philosophically ignorant. You have to change your philosophy. Pass the ball. Pass it to Richard, Marquise, pass it. And they just can't change. But yeah, because they were losing, man. Should have been passing from the beginning of the game. Rashard Bateman should have had a great game this game. And so should have Marquise Brown and so should have Mark Andrews. Why are you running the ball with Devontae Freeman? What does he have on you? Is he blackmailing John Harbaugh? What is this? What's going on? This is not okay. It's not okay. Like the Dolphins shouldn't have been in this game. They shouldn't have been in this game. They just shouldn't. The game should have ended by halftime. But no, it was 6-3 to halftime, and this game should be thrown in jail for what they did to America. I can't believe America had to be subject to that nonsense.
Yeah, man, this was ugly. This was horrible to watch. I had to sit through this game. I don't know why, but it was bad. And weird stuff happens on Thursday night, man. I can't pick Thursday night games at all. Like I'm terrible at Thursday night games this year.
Yeah, man,
like,
it's crazy. Wrong. It's crazy, man. Because
yeah.
It's nonsense. Usually, it's absolute nonsense. 1 week you have a shootout. Next week, it's stupid, man. It's stupid.
Yeah. Usually the home team, should figure the home team usually gets a better advantage on Thursday night. But I mean, I just didn't think the Miami Dolphins had it in them to win this game, and they did a good job on defense, man. And the Ravens can't run the ball. Yeah, they're trying to run it, but they can't run it. So that, like you saying, like I understand that. Like, why are you even running when you can't? Like, they were doing. Dolphins did a great job of containing him. He didn't. He was in Lamar Jackson, and I think the reason why they couldn't pass the ball is because he was just getting pressured so much in this game. Like he had no offensive line. He was getting sacked constantly. Every time they had a little something going, and they had a little drive going, he would get sacked, and it would be like a long third down. And they couldn't really recover from that, and then it was basically drive over. And there were just tons of 3-and-outs all game long. They couldn't convert on third down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it was just bad for them, man. They played a bad game, you know. And Lamar Jackson has to put it all himself to try and make something happen. And he couldn't, you know. The defense, I don't know. I don't think it was that good of a defensive performance of the Ravens, even though they were keeping them down most of the game. But I think it was just the Dolphins' offense kind of sucks that bad. So I wouldn't really give them that any kudos either.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, bad game, terrible, stinky game. You got any last thoughts, man?
Yeah, man. Like it's true, man. Like I'm not gonna. Yeah. No, like my last thoughts is like the defense didn't show up because you can't tell me, oh, we kept a shitty a horrible offense down. They're a horrible offense. You're supposed to. A very good offense. They'll beat themselves. Two, Lamar Jackson. Why is it when a quarterback of Lamar Jackson's type, like him, Michael Vick, when they are your starting team, the team is like, we don't need an offensive line. We need one. I'm like, no, you need one more for him because he's not stationary. Because he's not going to be stationary. They just completely were like, we don't need an offensive line. Like they did that to Michael Vick. They're doing it to Lamar Jackson. Offensive line, without an offensive line, you cannot succeed. That's why Cleveland is such an annoyance because their offensive line is the best offensive line in the game, and they just can't win. You know what I mean? So it's just horrible. These Thursday night games are mind-boggling, man. 1 week it's 41-39. Next week it's 6-3. The other week it's the Colts blowing out the Jets. The other week it's wild. I don't get it. Like these games, like they hurt my brain, Caleb. This game. You know what this game is, Caleb? It was a John Jones eye poke. They poked me in the eye. And I see. Thank God.
But what do you think about the Ravens going forward? Is this how they're going to be, or is it just Thursday? You think it's just Thursday night, or do you think they still have the control of the division? You have the Browns and Steelers coming after your ass.
No, here's the thing.
Are you there, Ferris? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here, and I was waiting. I was like, yeah, man. Like they're on borrowed time. They're on borrowed time. They're not going to be, because even if they make the playoffs, they're not going to do anything because in the playoffs, it's when good teams play. You know what I mean? And we've seen it in the playoffs. They win one game and they usually choke, not even gently lose to the Bills or the Chiefs or the Titans. The Titans looked good without Derrick Henry. So, like, we can't say, oh, Derrick Henry screwed. No, they look pretty good. Yeah, the Ravens are just a good team that has a lot of flaws, and they need to fix them. They need an offensive line, and they don't have it. Yeah. It's the offensive line, man.
What's up, Star Drew? Ace North is looking really tight. Yeah, it is. I mean, you got, Bengals.
Cincinnati can win this. Cincinnati can win.
Yeah, Bengals, Steelers are coming back, even though they're doing it ugly. Browns just won last week. I mean, yeah, it's a really, really tight division. That's why I don't know if the Ravens going to be like this. I don't know if they can win the division. They might have to go to a wild card. I still think they will. I still have faith that they will. I still think they're a good team. You know, they still got Lamar Jackson. You know, he's still a really good quarterback. So I mean, I believe they will, but we'll see, man. Yeah. So you want to move on to?
I personally think Ravens fans. Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, you want to move on to recapping?
Moving on, right? We're moving on.
Yep. Okay, so we had a ton. Yeah, we had a ton of blowout not blowouts, a ton of upsets last week. That was a big story of the week. Big surprise and shocks. Yes, my team was part of that, but it is what it is. But I guess we'll start with that. My team, yes, my Dallas Cowboys. got their ass kicked. They got beat down last week by Adelia's beloved Broncos. But it was bad, man. I mean, it was awful to watch. I the we
man,
couldn't
it
get
was
anything
awful to
going.
watch.
Yeah, especially for me. We couldn't get anything going. Nothing wanted to work. Dak was so
Yeah.
off, like I've never seen him be that off. And obviously, without Tyron Smith, Terrence Steele couldn't adjust to the left tackle. Being from right tackle, going to left tackle, he couldn't adjust. He was getting sacked. That was getting sacked. The receivers weren't catching the ball. We couldn't do anything in the running game. We couldn't stop them from running. They ran all over us. They were gashing us for big running games, and it was terrible, man. We just couldn't. We literally could not get anything to work. Like nothing wanted to work. Their defense showed up, and that's the biggest surprise of that game. That you think when they trade Von Miller, like what this defense wasn't going to be anything. You didn't think they were going to do anything. But they showed up and they look better than they ever did. I mean, our offense is really good. Like we have a really good offense, and nobody can deny that. Even if you hate us, you can't say that our offense isn't one of the best in the league. And they shut us down. Like that I think that was the biggest thing. Yeah, man. Teddy Bridgewater did his thing, protect the ball. Did what he needed to do. Wasn't anything spectacular, but that's kind of his game. What do you think, Ferris?
Mm-hmm.
Do you love watching this? Watching us get
Man,
our
it
ass
was
kicked?
pretty simple, man. Oh, I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch it. It was your basic. They found something you guys. So they found something you guys couldn't stop on Sunday. You guys couldn't stop the run, and they just ran the ball, both touchdown. And one running back had over 100 yards, and the other running back had, I think, 90 something yards. I'm kind of sad that I have Melvin Gordon instead of Javon, but it is what it is in my fantasy team. It hurts. But, you guys couldn't stop the run, which is shocking to me because Michael Parsons and Leighton Vander Esch are good linebackers. Being able to stop the run kind of shook me. I was like,
It
wait,
was our
why
jigsaw
don't they know how
line.
to stop the run? This is weird. Stop. Yeah, like it just made no sense to me. And I was like, wow, they just bludgeoned them. They just bludgeoned them. You know what I mean? It's what happened. How are you, man?
Yeah, what's up, Joseph? Yeah, your Dolphins won, man. A good win against Ravens, a big upset win. Want to see us talk about that? We did that just like 5 minutes ago. But yeah, last thing about the Cowboys, we were kind of feeling ourselves. That's pretty much it. Dak even said after the game, I think Jerry Jones said it, that we just feeling ourselves and that we came in overconfident. We got our ass handed to us, and that was pretty much it. And for the next episode we're gonna go over is Bengals against the Browns. Browns kicked the Bengals' ass 41-16. Didn't see that one coming. I thought I'm really high on I was really high on the Bengals going into this game. I've been really high on this
I am too.
throughout the season. I've been picking them in bets, and man, did I get this one wrong. I did not expect Baker Mayfield to come out and win this game. I did not expect Burrow to just play like crap. And I guess I should expect it because he's played like this before. In like the Bears game, he played like crap, and in this game, he played like crap. And I mean, they couldn't block Myles Garrett. Burrow got sacked 5 times. Nick Chubb just ran all over the Browns. Yeah, and it just looked, it was awful. Like, and I didn't think it. I think it was most surprising because you think after coming off all the Odell Beckham Jr. drama, you think the Browns aren't even focused on this game, dealing with all that crap. But they came out, they were prepared, and they kicked their ass. What do you think, Ferris?
Well, yeah. Well, no, the Browns do what the Browns do. They run the ball. Like I said, best offensive line in the entire NFL. You run the ball, and that's what they do. They run the ball, and that's why Baker Mayfield's so good. He does play action very well. You run the ball, play action. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. And when the running game is humming, they blow teams out. When their running game isn't humming, they don't win. It's not, and then when they have to rely on Baker Mayfield, they lose as well. You know what I mean? So when they were humming and they were
Yeah.
like, and like, let's be real, like the Bengals defense isn't a world beater. They're not a very good defense. Let's be real here. It's not like they're like great. They're middle of the pack, lower in the middle of the pack, defensive team, and that's what they are. And Joe Burrow, there are moments where Joe Burrow's like, yo, he damn good. He's very good. And there's moments where he's throwing an interception to a linebacker, like right to a linebacker, and you're like, whoa, what is this? What is this? Consistency is Joe Burrow. He needs to be more consistent, and that's the thing they ran into. They weren't consistent, and the Bengals lost. It
Yeah.
is what it is.
All right. Next upset win was Falcons get a big win over the Saints. Matt Ryan pretty much carried this team to this victory. He pretty much was doing everything. They didn't have no run game. All he did was pass the ball all game, and I got him the win. You know, they were behind and they came out, kicked the winning field goal, 127-25. And I think it was mostly because the Saints lost because they couldn't get Kamara going. I mean, Kamara is their offense, especially with Trevor Siemian as your quarterback. You got to rely on him, and he only had about 50 yards. He had a touchdown. So they couldn't really rely on him because the Fox did a good job shutting him down. And I think that's what lost them this game. I said Matt Ryan did a good job. Trevor Siemian just not able to do it without his running back. He's not able to win the game. He is what he is. He's a backup quarterback for a reason. So that's why they lost. Ferris is dealing with something. So I'm just going to have to move on to the next game. Packers at, I think it was Packers at Chiefs. This wasn't an upset I just want to talk about because of all the Aaron Rodgers stuff. Aaron Rodgers was out, obviously, because he had COVID, and so nobody expected really them to win this game with Jordan Love. I just want to talk about because we didn't know what Jordan Love looked like. Nobody knew what Jordan looked like because they didn't show him. Nobody saw his practices. Nobody was really talking about how good he was or bad he was. And I think they weren't talking about it because for this reason. They wanted to hide him. They wanted to hide how bad he was or how unimpressive he looked in this game because he only went 19-34, had 190 yards and a touchdown and an interception. But none of his passes really looked any good. He didn't really do anything to wow you. But also with this game, Patrick Mahomes still playing not really well. I mean, he's still playing bad. He still has his struggles. I mean, they only scored 13 points in this game against Packers. Did a good job with them, but they were playing that without Aaron Rodgers, so you kind of expect that from them. But you expect Chiefs to do a lot more than what they did, and they couldn't do it. They had none for, and they only had 13 points, like I said. Yeah, and I don't think much of the Chiefs right now just because they won a game against Jordan Love, so I don't expect them to do much going forward if Patrick Mahomes is going to continue to play like this. Another upset we got is Titans at Rams. Titans win 28-16. This was one of the most surprising of the week because the Titans are playing without Derrick Henry. And you didn't know what they looked like. I mean, me and Ferris both said we didn't know what the Titans were going to look like going into this game. We didn't know. We weren't sure. So obviously we were going to pick the Rams because the Rams have been looking good all season. But this is what I said. And Ferris tried to tell me earlier in the season, oh, Stafford was great. Oh, he would look good with the Rams team. Oh, he was actually a good quarterback. I kept telling him, no, Stafford, he's not a good quarterback. The only reason why he's winning because he's in a good system, and that's really it. Like that's why he kept going. I don't think you would have much difference with Jared Goff in there versus the Stafford right now because I mean it looks the same. I mean they won games with Jared Goff and they're winning games with Stafford, so it doesn't really I don't really think that bad. that much different. Let's see, Stafford had an injured back last week. Yeah, but still, man, I just don't think he's looked any impressive all season. Like the weapons he has are great. He's adding another weapon with Odell Beckham. And if he still can't win these big games, and that proves my point that he's just not a good quarterback. He's always been angry. Or way better offensively this year. No, they're not. I mean, I think they're the same. I think they're the same exact what they were with Jared Goff. They win games.
Hey, can I, Caleb?
Yeah.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
Caleb, can I speak on it as the Stafford defender? As the Stafford defender? All right. Matthew Stafford, if he does not win the Super Bowl this year, quarterback in NFL history. Let me tell you why. Because he has Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham Jr., Robert Woods as his wide receivers. He has one of the greatest offensive lines in the entire NFL. All right? They have Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and Jalen Ramsey on their team. Okay? If he does not win a Super Bowl, if the Rams do not win a Super Bowl this year, Matthew Stafford isn't great. He's horrible. He's bad. He's no longer great. You can't say he's great. I'm done saying he's great. Caleb, you can correct me if I'm wrong. 2 weeks ago, right? Didn't I say I'm with you now, Caleb? Didn't I say I'm with you now? I said I'm with you now, right? You know, no, wins don't. No, Joe. Here's the thing, Joe. Wins don't come down to one player. That's true, Joe.
Yeah,
that's true. But if you're the player that sucks within the team, it's your fault.
What the system he's in.
Yeah. No, they have a great team, Joe. But the thing is, if that cog in the machine isn't good, the machine ain't gonna be great. You know what I mean? He's a cog, and if he does not play well, it's not else. Because I'm pretty sure Odell's gonna show up. Cooper definitely shows up every week. Same thing as Robert Woods, and the defense shows up every week. Every week, they show up every week. He needs to be fixed. If he does not make the throws, if he does not lead this offense correctly, I'm not blaming him, but he has everything on a silver platter. Everything's right here. This year, everything's right here. If he does not put it all together, he's the cog that everyone's looking at. The cogs are set. They have a star wide receiver. Like, let's be real here. He's a star, man. Robert Woods is a great number 2. You know what I mean? So if he doesn't win, man, he's not very good.
Yeah, I agree with Ferris. I never thought he was good. I never thought he was good with the Lions. I thought all he did is throw big bombs. That's it. Never thought of much as a good quarterback. On Titans side, their defense stepped up big time. They've had mediocre defense throughout the season, but in this game they made Stafford make mistakes. They looked pretty damn good. They held them to 16 points. I think that's what won this game because their offense didn't really do that much to adjust to not having Derrick Henry. They didn't really run the ball. Adrian Peterson, had a touchdown, but wasn't really doing all that much in the run game. You think they would heavily rely on Tannehill. He didn't really kind of do that much either. He kind of had a mediocre game, but it was good enough to win this game against the Rams. So it is what it is. And another upset, which is by the odds, the biggest upset of the year, which is Bills against the Jaguars. The Jags win 6-9, and an ugly game. I think probably just as ugly as the game we just watched right now. With Josh Allen versus Josh Allen, and the defense of Josh Allen got the win. He had an interception and a sack on Josh Allen. Josh Allen didn't look good. This game he had 2 picks and a fumble. They didn't have any offense. Jaguars defense really put it on him. Trevor Lawrence didn't really help the Jaguars win this game because he looked pretty mediocre too. But just surprising how the Bills, they've had these bad losses throughout the season. They've had like 3 losses, and they're all kind of bad. They've had that first week. They thought it was just a fluke, but it turns out it's kind of like what they are. They kind of have these couple bad losses here and there. And I don't really know how to explain that. I mean, I still think they're one of the best teams, but they're supposed to be that Super Bowl contender. But then you go on out and you lose to one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. I don't know how that happens. I can't explain what's going on with them. I don't know how this goes on.
Well, Caleb, here's the thing,
What's
Caleb.
up, Davon? Yes, I showed up. Yes.
Oh man, what's up, Davon? Yeah, what's up, Davon? Like that's the thing, Caleb. We don't know. The NFL is weird, man. The NFL is weird because even great teams lose once in a while. You know what I mean? And this is what happened, man. It was ugly. It was nasty. They won 9-6. It was disgusting to watch. And Urban Meyer's happy, but he shouldn't be happy. But it is like it was just a grimy game, and that's what it is. Like the reason is, Caleb, that's the reason. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
It'd be like that sometimes.
And I don't know if you have a customer because I want to talk about your Giants Raiders game.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that shit, man. I swear to God, man.
You guys won.
I'm good. I'm with you. Let's do this.
All right.
Yeah, no, man. Here's the Caleb. Every week I pick them to lose, they win. I've picked them to lose 2 weeks in 2 to lose, and they've won both games. What? I don't get it. I don't understand. What is this nonsense? And I guess the thing too, man, it's like our defense is playing better now. But here's the thing, Caleb, about defenses in the NFL. When we get into November and December, defenses play better because of reason. Offenses are getting tired. People are done getting hit. It hurts. People are broken down, and that helps defenses. You know what I mean? Offensive lines are being battered up. Some offensive lines are injured now, and it helps defenses because their job is to hit you. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about defenses now. Like, if your defense is playing good in December and November, that don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Because either it means that you're going to get on a roll Super Bowl like the Bucks did, or you already stink so much that no one cares about you, and your defense is the only shining light. It was horrible for the first 7 weeks, and just because they played great 2 weeks in a row against an offense that, like the Chiefs' offense, I have no idea what's going on. It's weird. You know what I mean? And then the Ravens and the Raiders offense that lost Henry Ruggs because of the horrifying incident he was a part of, speedster anymore. And like, what did Darren Waller even play? I don't even know if he played. He probably did. And like, hey man, and I'm done. People talking about like, oh, what about Evan Ingram? He had a touchdown. That don't mean nothing to me, man. He had 3 catches. 3 catches, man, for 50 yards and a touchdown. And guess what? That touchdown don't mean nothing. You know why? Because Xavier McKinney had 2 interceptions and he returned 1 for a touchdown. We would have still won 17-16 but the Evan Ingram touchdown. Because our kicker is our kicker. Our kicker is our best offensive player. Me. Would that be crazy if Greg Zuerlein was your best offensive player, Caleb?
No, would not.
Greg Zuerlein.
He's hurt. So
that's wild.
No,
that's
he actually has
wild.
COVID.
That's not good. But he has COVID. He's not hurt. He has COVID. But that's the thing. That's the thing we're in. Graham Gano is our best offensive player. Offensive player.
Well, I mean, Devontae Booker had a good game.
Our left tackle can't progress. Our left tackle can't progress. Man, whatever. You're against the team rushers. They can't stop the run. The Raiders' defensive line can't stop the run because they're pass rushers. That's what they are. They're situational pass rushers playing every down, and we ran the ball in because they're situational pass rushers. They're not run stoppers. They're not good defensive linemen because defensive linemen can stop run and pass. You know what I mean? And here's the thing too, man. Our left tackle, I now love him because I see the improvement he's doing. Andrew Thomas is a young left tackle. The problem is he has had 4 different left guards with him. How is an offensive line supposed to mesh well? Have only one player that's entrenched. We only have a left tackle. Center, right guard, right tackle. We have no idea what the hell's going on. I don't know how we won this game. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't either.
I
have
don't.
no idea.
I just don't understand. I don't understand. I have no idea.
Yeah, so
let's stop talking about this game. Let's move on. This game gives me high blood pressure.
We'll talk about the last game on Monday night, only because of the controversial, stupid penalty that they got of taunting that could have lost them the game because the Bears would got the ball back. It would have had more time on the clock to score, or so that could have won the game.
Touchdown.
I'm not saying that was definitively the thing that lost them the game, but it was definitely a major reason why they could have lost. But yeah, what do you think about the taunting penalty, Ferris?
That wasn't a taunting penalty, bro. Like, here's the thing: the taunting was him steps and like looking in that direction, but not the spinning kick. He had a spinning kick. You weren't gonna call that, but you called him staring at the sideline, which it was weak. It was weak sauce. It was weak by their standards too. Like, my standards, it's weak, but that was weak. That was some weak sauce, man. And it's disgusting. It disgusts me, man. I don't understand it. It's horrible. It's just horrible, man. And the Bears would have won this game if they got the ball back right then and there, because it was 4th and 18. It was 4th and 18. And they would have punted it, and Justin Fields, love him or hate him, Caleb just would have, I bet you, could have taken them down, and they would have scored a touchdown in that time. I'm not going to lie. Love him or hate him, I would have done it. And the Bears were robbed of that game. I'm saying it. I'm using the word robbery because they were robbed. It was egregious. It was disgusting. And
I wouldn't say
Mike Tomlin said, "Oh, I'm in favor of it." Shut up, Mike Tomlin. Shut up. Just shut up.
I wouldn't say they were robbed because the Bears.
I'm saying they robbed them.
Well, because the Steelers had to control the game most of the game for almost the entire game until the fourth quarter, where they did a few mistakes. They fumbled the ball, gave them a short field. So I wouldn't say it's robbed. The Steelers kind of let them back into that game. Otherwise, they wouldn't even had been a game. So I wouldn't say it was robbed. But that was a crucial moment in the game. It was a stupid penalty. I don't like these taunting penalties. I don't like that they're emphasizing this. I think it's stupid. Like, who cares if we taunt? Like, just stop them and they won't taunt. That's how I see it. I think that's all the games from last week we talked about. We're going to move on to this week's slate of games. And I'll start off with my team. We're at home. We play the Falcons. Coming off that bad loss we just got. But, I think we can win. We have Randy Gregory out. He just got a calf. I don't understand what is with all these goddamn calf injuries. Michael Gallup has a calf injury. Dak had a calf injury. Now Randy Gregory has a calf injury. We just keep having goddamn calf injuries. Keep screwing our damn team. Now we have like little pass rush. Now we don't really only have our only pass rusher is Micah Parsons. And he has to play linebacker too. He can't just play pass rusher. So we have to supplement something. But I don't think what will happen last game will happen this game, only because of okay. I don't think it will happen this game because the Falcons don't have much of a run game. They didn't win by running; they won by passing. I think we'll be able to stop the pass. We won't have that much pressure, but I think we'll get back on offense. I think Dak will be back on. Zeke and all the receivers won't have this shitty of this game as they had, and I think we'll win. I mean, we're favored by 9. I think it'd be a pretty easy game to win. If we actually show up, if we had showed up last week, we could have had a better game. But as long as we show up this week, I think we'll take the win. I don't know if Ferris wants to make a pick or if he can right now. But
yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys.
Okay.
Cowboys.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
We'll go with next game. You got to pick on Saints Titans.
I'm gonna go with the Titans because I don't trust the Saints off ever singing.
All right. This is one of my betting picks. The Titans are -3, and I'm gonna lay the points on this one. Titans are coming off that impressive upset without Derrick Henry. They'd be one of the best teams in the league right now. Their defense is improving. They held one of the best offenses, only 16 points. Yeah, I think they can definitely have I don't think they'll have much trouble with Trevor Siemian. The Falcons, they didn't do much against the Falcons. Defense is just as bad. So I don't think they'll have any problem laying the points here. I think they'll cover. They're at home. I think they got this. Plus, AFC teams are playing well enough to cover by a field goal, and they are 7-2 against the spread, and they're 5-0 in the last 5 games. So I think this is pretty much a good pick here. My next game is Chiefs at Raiders. You got to pick on this, Ferris. Oh shit, he's gone. Okay, Ferris is gone. So I'll just go with my pick. This is one of my betting picks. I got the Raiders +2.5. They're at home. They're getting points against the Chiefs team. Chiefs have been overrated and overvalued all season long. I understand why Vegas and the other odds makers keep overvalue them. I just don't understand it. Like they keep getting them points. Then they're not playing well. They didn't play well last week. They barely scored against Packers, 13 points. Patrick Mahomes still struggling. Yes, the Raiders coming off a bad loss, but they were going across country to New York. They're at home this time. They play different in Vegas. They're a great home field advantage here. And the Chiefs are pretty bad against the spread. I mean, this is why I don't understand why they're overvalued, because they're 2-8 against the spread in the last 10 games, yet they still keep the odds makers keep overvaluing them. I don't understand that. So I'm definitely taking the Raiders here. +2.5. Next game, Philadelphia Eagles at Denver Broncos. Eagles are getting 2.5 on the road in Denver. And I'm going to take that. I'm going to take the points here. I like the Eagles in this one. I don't think the Broncos are as good as they looked last week, because they didn't look good going into the game. So I just don't think they're going to look good in this game. I think it's kind of the Cowboys just kind of feeling themselves and gashing them on the run game, which I don't think will happen in this game, because the Eagles defense ranks 6th in opponents' yards per carry and are top half of the league in yards per play and per play allowed. So I don't think they'll be able to run the ball as well as they did against the Cowboys, and better defensive line than the Cowboys did. So I don't think that's happening. The Eagles have kept it close. They kept it close last week against the Chargers. They were tied all the way up until like the 4th quarter, I think. And yeah, the Chargers kicked a field goal to win the game. But Denver is 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games. And favorites of 6.5 points or less are just 45-48 straight up and 37-56 against the spread, which is pretty bad. That's telling you that if it's a small favorite, don't pick them. Small favorites are not winning this season. Small underdogs, you got to take the small underdog, which that's what we have here, the situation. Eagles, small underdog, you got to take it because that's what's winning this season. So I'm going to go with it. Next game we have is Seahawks at Green Bay. I'm picking Seahawks +3 on the road in Green Bay. There's some question about Aaron Rodgers if he will not play. I think he probably will play, but I don't think that's really going to be a problem for them. I think Rodgers had been too distracted with all his comments and his lying and whatever. And I think that's the same situation he was in week 1, coming off all the distractions that he had in the offseason. And what happened in week 1? He got blown out. And I think that's the same thing that's going to happen here. I don't think he's going to get blown out, but I think he's going to play bad. I think he's going to play bad because he's distracted, just like he was in the offseason. And they're going to come out and lay an egg against the Seahawks. So that's why I'm picking them. That's the same way. I think the Seahawks defense has been playing better this in recent weeks since Russell Wilson has been out. Russell Wilson is coming back in this game. So yeah, I think they can win this game, and I'll definitely take not only +3, but I think I'll take them straight up. And they have also been good against the spread this season. They're 5-3 against the spread and 4-1 in the last 5 games. And a big reason why I'm picking the Seahawks is that favorites playing outside the division, but in the same conference, are 19-38, and the Packers are the favorite, and they're playing outside division in the conference. So I don't think they're going to win. I think I like to follow the trends. The trends say that they're not going to win this game, or at least not cover. My next game, I got Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Washington football team. Bucks are coming off that bye. They've been stewing on that ugly loss against the Saints. So I think Tom Brady's just ready to take it out on somebody, and their victim is a bad Washington football team, and I think Tom Brady's going to light it up against them. I definitely think they can cover this 9.5 point spread. Definitely think they can win by double digits. And in 3 of the last 4 games the Bucks have played against a sub 500 team, they've won by 23 or more points. And I think they have no problem doing that against Washington. Washington has just been awful against the spread this season. They're 1-7 in the last 8 games. So I don't see them covering. The bad quarterback play, I just don't see how they can cover. So I'll take them. I'll take the Bucks -9.5. And that's my 5 picks for the week. We've been having kind of a slump these past couple of weeks. But last time we had a bad slump for a couple of weeks, we came back. We came back pretty goddamn well. We went on 4 straight winning weeks. And I think that will happen again. I think we're gonna get back on track. We're gonna get better, and we're gonna go out. We're gonna go perfect this week. But that's my picks for the week. If you want to see all my not just my opinions, I have other information on my articles on getreadynetwork.com. It's all there for you. Go read it, make some money. And I'll go quickly go over my rest of my picks I didn't bet on. We got Jaguars Colts. I'll take the Jaguars in the upset. Only because I think it's a rivalry game. You can't really go by. You gotta throw out the records on those games, and I think Jaguars got some momentum coming off their win. I don't think the Colts are that good, so I'll just take the upset. Browns at Patriots. I'll take the Patriots. Yes, Browns got a big win against Bengals, but I still think they're very consistent against good teams. So I don't think Baker will be very good against Belichick's defense. So I'll take the Patriots. We got Bills at Jets. I think this yes, the Bills just got a bad loss against the Jaguars. But I don't think the Jets are in the same situation. They got playing with backups on backups at quarterback. I guess Mike Watt's playing, but I'll take the Bills. Probably closer than the spread is 12 point spread. Probably closer than that. just because the way Bill's been playing. But I'll still take them to win. Lions at Steelers. Lions are giving up on the season, it looks like, because they've been blown out last game. Probably still win ugly, though. Steelers have been winning ugly all for most of the season. I'll take the Steelers. Let's see. Next game, Panthers at Cardinals. Don't know if Cam's going to play. Just got Cam Newton. Panthers just got Cam Newton. Don't know if he's going to play. Probably. I don't know if they're starting PJ Walker or whatever. But I don't think it's going to matter because Cardinals are just too good not to pick them. They're playing at home. I can't see the Panthers winning that one. Vikings at Chargers. I'll go with the Chargers. Vikings played Fleeple close. They almost could win, but it might be an ugly game like that. But I'll still take the Chargers to win. And we got last one on Monday night. We got Rams 49ers. I'll take the Rams, even though they're coming off a loss. 49ers are coming off a bad loss, but Rams still looks better. Still better teams. They got all that talent. They better do something with all that talent. Or they're going to look pretty silly. So I'll pick them to win on the road. Road teams have been winning more than the home teams all season. So I try to pick more of road teams and try to even it up on road teams and home teams just because of the fact that road teams are winning this season. What's up? I'm trying my best to hold it down right now. Hopefully I'm doing an okay job. But yeah, that's all my picks for the week. And I think that's the show. Thanks everybody for watching. And good night, everybody.